Hi viewers, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel HR Cinema Review. This recap of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law Season 1, Episode 1, A Normal Amount of Rage, contains spoilers. That ought to most likely do without saying, since it's about a lady and a man's reality in 2022, the time of trolling, supposed Mary Sue's, and the woke plan. There are just two sexes, all things considered, men and political, and obviously. There is a bad situation for legislative issues in this present reality where there's a man with a stars and stripes uniform named Captain America. Yet, She-Hulk appears to be aligned to disturb these sorts of individuals more than expected. For a certain something, it's an Ally McBeal-style lawful satire in an establishment that is right now being scrutinized for turning out to be too jokey. It's about a female variant of a male legend, and to some degree. Half of the primary episode is committed to emphasizing inside and out how Jennifer Walters is simply normally better compared to Bruce Banner at being a Hulk. Pretty much every man in the show is a failure or a pompous jerk or both. You understand. Nothing bad can really be said about any of this in the overgeneralized terms, however, it's disappointing exactly the way that short-sighted and unsubtle the show's social discourse is. It can cause the entire thing to appear to be unsophisticated and dated. Certainly, you might have anticipated that individuals would detest this out of the door. Yet you most likely could not have possibly speculated that they may be somewhat legitimate in their reactions. However, we should not go overboard. Regardless, I wouldn't fret about a history happening basically on quick forward, since we've had a lot of histories before. And I like how the centerpiece of A Normal Amount of Rage is intended to undermine the commonly convoluted preparing montage. From the smidgen of exchange among Jen and her paralegal closest companion Nikki in the initial scene, we realize that Jen has some control over her Hulk, adjusting her image to sufficient a degree that she can get back to work. There was not a great explanation to spend any more on how Jen turned into a Hulk, or how she figured out how to deal with it, than was needed. Additionally, the genuine reason for those completely unserious scenes with Bruce is to fill in certain spaces in the progression. We discover that Bruce's bar refuge in Mexico was worked by him and Tony Stark, and is where Bruce worked in confinement during the blip to join both fighting parts of his personality into smart Hulk. We discover that Captain America was definitely not a virgin. We're reminded that Hulk spent his deliberate exile on Sakaar, and since Bruce and Jennifer nearly collided with a Sakaar rocket, we're to comprehend that there may be an association with anything that the Grandmaster is doing. I wish there was more going on, and I'm trusting that in resulting episodes will be there in a jiffy.
Subscribe my channel for more reviews.